our dear emissaries to Earth, we are here with you. Take a long moment to feel our presence in your room. Do you see how Mitre is with us again? It is because he is a commander of the landing party. We are actually landed now, but only in the higher frequencies of what you would call your fourth dimension. In order to perceive us, you must look with your third eye and interpret our message with your high heart. You are now in the process of this interpretation. Be sure to put unconditional love onto any situation that troubles you, and be sure to send the violet fire. We ask that every time that situation comes into your awareness, you remember to do that. There are many challenges being presented to our volunteers to Earth to assist you, to prime the pump as they said in the olden days. You can talk and teach forever, but the teacher must keep learning by doing what you teach. In this manner the teachings will progress into the higher and higher octaves of reality. We ask now that all our teachers fully recognize that it is no accident that they find themselves in whatever challenges that are confronting them. It is the now to act like the galactic member that you have always been. In order to be your true galactic and/or celestial self, you must go deep within to the core fears of your human self and heal them. One of your core fears is that you will not be acknowledged for who you truly are. That fear is a third-dimensional ego fear. Therefore, you are called upon within this now to go deep inside and acknowledge your own self. This acknowledgement of self will greatly expand your consciousness higher and deeper into the fifth dimension. It is vital that you own your power because as you become increasingly fifth-dimensional, your power of creation is greatly amplified. Part of priming the pump for your creative force is realizing that you are the creator of your life. As long as your consciousness remains locked in the third dimension, you can live under the illusion that it is not my fault. However, as your consciousness resonates to the fifth dimension for longer and longer periods of your time, you enter into the ascension initiation of everything that occurs within my third-dimensional reality was created with your own thoughts and emotions. Who is creating your reality now? What are you learning from your creations? Why did you choose these creations? When will you take full responsibility for the creation of your life? Where are you sending unconditional love and violet fire? We stress, do not judge yourself. Whether or not you are conscious of it, you are all going through a deep process of recalibrating your consciousness to this higher frequency of energy that is constantly and consistently entering Gaia's atmosphere. Because this energy field is fifth-dimensional, it carries the frequencies of unconditional love and violet fire. When these fifth-dimensional frequencies are recognized and used for the good of Gaia and all her inhabitants, you can more easily adapt to the higher frequencies of light. If you do not use these energy fields, you will lose connection with them. Every time you acknowledge and bless others with unconditional love and violet fire, it's similar to dripping red paint into clear water. Every time you drop red paint into clear water, the water becomes more and more red. What we are saying by this analogy is that you are the glass of water, literally as the human form is comprised of a large percentage of water. On the other hand, the paint is the light. This analogy is saying that it is you that must adapt to the light, rather than the light adapting to you. Therefore, just as the water in the glass takes on the color of the paint, you are gradually taking on the frequency of the light. We stated red paint/light as red is the lowest frequency of light. As you adapt to the frequency of red, you then move up the frequency scale of colors until you can adapt to the color purple, which is the higher frequency of light in your 3D world. Actually, the lowest is infrared light and the highest is ultraviolet light. After that, you move into the next spectrum of light, and the next dimension of reality. Many of you have asked for this now of great transition, but were hoping for a free ride into the higher worlds. Unfortunately, you have all accumulated a great deal of limitations and fears within your thoughts and emotions. This low-frequency thought forms act as an anchor to keep you bound to the third-dimensional reality that you wish to release. Therefore, we remind you in this now, that you are the creator of your reality. To graduate your consciousness into the fifth dimension, you must fully complete your 3D lessons of mastery over your thoughts and emotions. This mastery is not a grade that you receive in a school. This mastery is the reconnection with your multidimensional consciousness, which will connect you with your light body. Your thoughts and emotions bind you to the reality that resonates to the same frequency of your thoughts and emotions. Do you see that circle? Thoughts and emotions create your frequency of reality. To remain in that frequency of reality, you must maintain that frequency of those thoughts and emotions. Each frequency of thought and emotions bound together into thought forms moves out into your reality to influence your outer world by calibrating your consciousness to your third-dimensional consciousness, and thus reality, your multidimensional consciousness, and thus reality, your light body, and thus the fifth dimension and beyond, your Merkaba, which is your interdimensional inner starship. All of the above options are created by your state of consciousness. You can only remain in any of these versions of reality while your consciousness is calibrated to that frequency. Just as your radio show changes when you change the channel frequency, your reality shifts whenever you change your state of consciousness. We know that all of you wish to return to the fifth dimension. That is wonderful, as Gaia is on that return route herself. But if you are to be at the helm of your life, you must remember that when the collective frequency of your thoughts and emotions fall below the resonance of the fifth dimension, you fall out of the fifth dimension. Do you see now how you are the creator of your reality? Your multidimensional consciousness, your light body, and your Merkaba are all components of yourself that are patiently waiting for you to bring them online with your 3D consciousness. Of course, these higher versions of yourself are already within the external hard drive of your multidimensional mind. You will need to connect with your multidimensional mind to have a conscious experience of these highest components of yourself. Then, you can download the information regarding your Merkaba, light body, and multidimensional consciousness into your third-dimensional awareness. However, first you must link your third-dimensional brain into your multidimensional mind. Then, you will then be able to have a more conscious experience of your own higher expressions of yourself. Fortunately, because higher and higher frequencies of light are entering Gaia's atmosphere, many of you are experiencing brief moments of full connections with these components of your fifth-dimensional self. We recommend that you are cautious regarding these downloads because your clay vessel will not easily adapt to the higher frequencies of your Merkaba, light body. It is for this reason that many of you are experiencing symptoms of transmutation. To state it simply, these symptoms are occurring because your actual cell bodies are beginning to accelerate their spin. We galactics know that you must go about this transmutation slowly and carefully. We are willing to assist you in any way that we can. However, remember that Earth is a free will planet. Therefore, you must ask us. We look forward to these requests. Once you're able to maintain a conscious connection with your multidimensional consciousness, Merkaba, and your light body, you will need to know that there are several ways in which your light body and your Merkaba are different. We will speak more on this issue later, but for beginning adventures with these higher expressions of yourself, we will tell you that your light body is the very same humanoid body you are wearing, but it resonates to the fifth dimension. On the other hand, your Merkaba is your own sacred geometry, flower of life, and violet flame. When you have released all that is limiting the full rise and expansion of your Kundalini, you will flash into light body. That light body is similar to your physical body but resonates to a higher frequency. Therefore, it is the higher frequency of you that travels interdimensionally. On the other hand, your Merkaba is much like your very own spacecraft. Your Merkaba is usually condensed into pure potential. Your light body is stored in your Kundalini in the base of your spine, whereas your Merkaba is stored in your high heart. The interdimensional spaceship of your Merkaba requires total unconditional love for yourself and for all life before it can be activated. When a Merkaba is activated, it is often thought of as ascension. However, if you fall out of powerful energy fields and thought forms of your Merkaba, or if the slightest selfish intention brushes against your consciousness, you will fall out of your Merkaba itself. Blessings.